Hey guys, hi, welcome back. So in this video, we will discuss about probability distribution, its types, and we will solve a few problems. Clear? In the last video, we have seen what is Bayes theorem. We have seen a few problems related to the Bayes theorem. We have seen what is random variable and its types. So here we will start with the probability distribution. Here it is said, probability distribution gives us all possible outcomes of a random experiment with their respective probabilities. Okay, what will probability distribution give you? It will give you all the possible outcomes of a random variable along with its probabilities. Okay, corresponding to each outcome you will get the respective probabilities, and this is what a probability distribution does. Okay, that is, it is giving the distribution of probability for all possible outcomes, and it is of two types. The first one is discrete probability distribution and the second is continuous probability distribution. So you see discrete and continuous, these terms, what it means we have already seen in the last class, so it will not become very much difficult for you to understand what is discrete probability distribution and what is continuous probability distribution. So first let us see discrete probability distribution. So here we will take xi, okay, and it is a discrete random variable. That means it can take finite distinct values. Clear? And pxi, it is the corresponding probability for this random variable, which is discrete. And I is equals to 1, 2, 3 up to n. Such that here you see we are talking about discrete probability distribution. So you are writing a summation. Summation I is equals to 1 to n. This is the probability of xi and it is equals to 1. Okay, so when you will take the individual, using this you will take the individual probability for each discrete variable. All right, and then the total probability which you will get, it is equals to 1. Okay, because we know total probability is equals to 1. So this discrete probability distribution is giving us what? The distribution of probability when the random variable associated with a random experiment, okay, is discrete. Okay, so this is the discrete probability distribution. For discrete you are using the summation sign, remember, and for this you can write, suppose for if you are writing x1, so for probability of x1 you will write, okay, probability associated with x1 discrete random variable. So this is how you can calculate. Clear? Now here you see this pxi, it is the probability distribution function. Clear? And this will give you the discrete probability distribution, and the total probability is 1, as we know. Clear? Now you see an example. We have already seen one example that when you are taking what? A dice. Clear? And when you are throwing the dice, how many outcomes you will get? 6 outcomes. What are the outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are the 6 outcomes. So these outcomes I'm writing as xi. Okay, now you see probability of xi, probability corresponding to 1. Okay, so how many probable chances are there that you will get 1? You are having total outcome 6, favorable will be what? 1, so it is 1 by 6. So for each number, that is the probability is what? 1 by 6. So this is how you can write the probability corresponding to each corresponding to each discrete random variable. Okay, so here x, it is the outcome. Okay, random variable which I'm discrete random variable, here it is what? The outcome of the dice. Second, if you're taking 2 coins, okay, and when you're tossing 2 coins, then what are the outcomes you will get? Either 2 head, either 2 tail, or head and tail, or tail and head. These are the 4 outcomes you will get. Now if I take random variable x, okay, which is associated such that I'm taking random variable xi, and this xi is what? Number of heads. How many number of head you are getting? Okay, random variable here, it is representing the number of head obtained. Then here you see, here in this there is no head, so number of head can be 0, it can be 1, and it can be 2. All right, now this is xi. Clear? Now probability of xi is what? Now you see, no head, okay, 0 heads. So here you see, total outcome is how much? Total is 4, right? Total is 4. So 0 heads, how many outcomes are having 0 heads? Only one. So it is 1 by 4. Favorable divided by total. Okay. Next, 1 head. So if you see total is 4, how many outcomes are having only 1 head? These 2 outcomes are having 1 head. So it is 2 by 4. So ultimately it's 1 by 2. Clear? Last is 2 heads. So one outcome is having 2 heads. So favorable is 1. Okay. And total is 4. Clear? So this is the probability distribution corresponding to each random variable, which is discrete. Clear? So this is what discrete probability distribution means. That means the probability is distributed what? In a discrete manner. Means the values are what? Discrete. Okay. Because here you're saying it's 1 by 4, 1 by 2, and then 1 by 4. Right? So these are discrete values of probability. So this is discrete probability distribution. Clear? So here what we can see, we can calculate the mean of the distribution, the variance, and the standard deviation. Clear? So mean we have also calculated in quantum mechanics. You have done, na? Taking the average value this way. Okay. So in this form, you have calculated. So this is only the mean. Okay. So first we will see the mean. So what is the mean of the distribution? Mean is the average or expected value of the random variable x. Okay. It is the average, or you can say expected value of the random variable xi. Okay. And it is given by, so it is denoted by mu. Okay. And since it's discrete, so it is summation over I, and here you will get xi, probability of xi. Okay. So this is how you can calculate the average or expected value of the random variable. Clear? So this is the formula for mean. Similarly, when you will see variance. Okay. Variance. So what is variance? It is the measurement of the deviation of the random variable from its mean value. What it is? It is the measurement of the deviation. It is the measurement of the deviation of the random variable from its mean value, and is denoted by sigma square. Okay, so variance will give you the measurement of what? How much is the random variable deviated, or the difference of the random variable from its mean. This is what the variance will give. So you can write sigma square, that is the variance. It is equals to what? Discrete, so it will be summation. So here you see deviation of the random variable from its mean value, right? This is the random variable and its deviation difference, okay, whole square, and this is probability of the random variable, okay, xi. So this is how you can write. Now you see standard deviation. Okay, standard deviation is nothing but the root of this entire variance. So you can write sigma is equals to root over summation I xi minus mu probability of xi. Clear? So this is the formula for standard deviation. So this is how we can calculate the mean, variance, and standard deviation. So now let us see a question. So here it is said a dice is thrown and the outcomes are observed. Find the mean, variance, and standard deviation of the random experiment. You're having a dice and its outcomes are observed, right? So from this, you will calculate mean, variance, and standard deviation. So first of all, I'm taking xi be the random variable. Okay, discrete random variable here. Okay, So the outcomes are represented using this random variable. So outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So the probability for this random variable is what? Each one of the outcomes is having probability 1 by 6. Okay. Because they are favorable is 1, total is 6. So you will write 1 by 6 for all of them. Clear. Now you will calculate the mean mu. Okay. So mu is equals to what? Summation I xi probability of xi. So you will calculate for individual and you will take the summation. So here you will see for 1, the probability is what? 1 by 6. For 2 also it is 1 by 6. For 3 also it is 1 by 6. For 4 also it is 1 by 6. For 5 also it is 1 by 6. And for 6 also it is 1 by 6. Okay. So I'm just taking the LCM 6. And here you will have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. Okay. So when you will do the sum, you will get it to be 21 by 6. So cancelling 3 sevens are 3 twos are. So it is 7 by 2. So this is the value of the mean, which can be written as 3.5. Clear? So this is how you can calculate the mean. Now let's come to variance. Okay. So variance sigma square, it is equals to what? Summation. Okay. So here you can see one more thing, right? I is equals to 1 to 6. Okay. And you can write xi probability of xi. Now let's see the variance. So summation I is equals to what? 1 to 6. Okay. And here it is xi minus mu whole square probability of xi. So now in this case, here xi minus mu. X is what? 1. The mean is 3.5 whole square. Probability is what? 1 by 6. Okay. Plus. Similarly, if you write 2 minus 3.5 whole square, and it is 1 by 6, plus 3 minus 3.5, okay, whole square into with 1 by 6, plus 4 minus 3.5 whole square into with 1 by 6, okay, plus it is 5 minus 3.5 whole square into with 1 by 6 plus 6 minus 3.5 whole square into with 1 by 6. Clear? So here I am doing, okay, in this part I am doing, taking this. So what you will write here, sigma square, it is equals to, I am taking the LCM to be 6 because you are having 1 by 6 everywhere. So 1 minus 3.5 is what? 2.5. So you will write here 2.5 into it, 2.5 is what? 6.25 plus 2 minus 3.5. So it is what? 1.5. So it is 2.25 plus this will give you what? 0.5, right? So it is 0.25 plus when you will write 4 minus 3.5, you can just do and see. When you will do 4 minus 3.5, what you will get? It is 0.5. Okay, so it is 0.25. Okay, plus when you will do 5 minus 3.5, so you will get it to be equals to what? 1.5. So it is 2.25 plus again you will get 6.25. Just you can do and see 6 minus 3.5. Okay. So when you will do the entire sum, you will get it to be 17.6 divided by 6. That is 2.91. So this is sigma square. And the standard deviation, you will write sigma. Okay, root over of this variance. So it is root over of 2.91. So you will get it to be 1.7. Clear? So this is how you can calculate the mean, variance and standard deviation. It is not very tough. It is very simple. You have studied in your 9th and 10th also. The same formulas are here. Okay. Now we will see the continuous probability distribution. So here it is said, suppose x is a continuous random variable and the continuous distribution of x is defined by probability distribution function or probability density function fx, such that integration of minus infinity to plus infinity fx dx is equals to 1. Okay, so here you see we are talking about continuous probability distribution firstly. So for this you are taking a random variable which is continuous. Then the continuous distribution of this random variable, it is defined by, means it is defined by what? Probability distribution function or probability density function. It is known as probability distribution function or probability density function and it is denoted by fx. So how you will get it? When you will integrate continuous, so you're using the integration between minus infinity to plus infinity, okay? And it is equals to 1. You can say probability of finding the continuous random variable x from minus infinity to plus infinity, it is equals to 1. So this is what the continuous probability distribution is, okay? Just this function, okay, fx, it is the probability distribution function, and it is the probability distribution function for what? The continuous variable x. And when you will integrate it from minus infinity to plus infinity, that is the probability of finding the continuous variable from minus infinity to plus infinity, it is equals to 1. Clear? So here also we will see the mean, variance, and standard deviation. So mean, it is denoted by mu, or you can write this is the mean. So it is equals to what? It is integration minus infinity to plus infinity, the variable, okay? And here fx dx. Clear? And fx is what? It is the probability distribution function. All right. Next, we will write the variance. Variance is denoted by sigma square. It is the measurement of the deviation of the random variable from its mean. So you will write minus infinity to plus infinity x minus mu whole square. This part is same. Here you will write fx dx. All right. So this is the value for, so this is the formula for variance. Now we will see the standard deviation, the square root of this entire term. So it is sigma is equals to what? Integration minus infinity to plus infinity x minus mu whole square. It is fx dx whole to the power 1 by 2. So these are the three formulas. Using these three formulas, you can calculate the mean, variance, and standard deviation. Now let's see an example. Okay, here it is said, suppose x is a continuous random variable. X, it is a continuous random variable with probability density function given by. So fx, the probability density function is given as what? Kx when x is greater than equals to 0 but less than 2. It is 2k when x is greater than equals to 2 and less than 4. And it is minus kx plus 6k when x is greater than equals to 4 but less than 6. So for this, you will have to calculate the value of k and mean of the distribution. You will have to calculate just the mean and the value of k. Clear? So it's very simple. First of all, you will see the what? Continuous probability distribution. You can write minus infinity to plus infinity fx dx. It is equals to 1, right? So from here, what you will see? From this, you will just write for 0 to 2, right? Then for you write for 2 to 4. Then you will write for 4 to 6. So here you see the value of fx for 0 to 2 is what? Kx dx. Here it is 2k dx, and here it is minus k x plus 6k, okay, dx. So just you will do the integration and you will put the limits. So this is k x square by 2, all right? And lower limit is 2, upper limit is, sorry, lower limit is 0 and upper limit is 2. Here you write 2k. So this is what? X. So it is 2 to 4 here. Here you are having what? Minus, right? This is minus kx. So k is constant. You can take it out, okay? I'm writing here minus k, and this is what? X square by 2, 4 to 6. Okay, 4 and 6. And here you're having 6k, and this is x 4 to 6. Clear? Now when you will do here, you will get here, this is 4k. When you will put the upper limit, lower limit is 0. So it is 4k by 2 plus. Here you will write what? It is 2k, right? And it is 4 minus 2. So it is 2. So ultimately here you will get what? 4k minus. This is what? 6 square is 36. 36 minus 16 is what? You will write 20, right? So 20 by 2 is 10. So it is minus 10k. Here you will get again 2. So 6 to the 12. So it is 12k. Clear? And this is giving you 2k. So when you will solve this, 4 plus 2 is what? 6. And then you add here. So ultimately when you will do this entire thing, you will get 8. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 2. Because when you will do this subtraction, you will get 2k. So it is 8k. Okay. Now this entire function was equals to 1. Yes or no? Right? So from this, you will get k is equals to what? 1 by 8. Now you got the value of k here. It is quite simple. Now we will see the mean. So for mean, you know, mu is equals to what? Integration minus infinity to plus infinity x. And here it was fx dx, right? So same thing for 0 to 2. Here it is x. Fx is what? Kx within this range, right? Plus 2 to 4 x. The value of fx was what? 2k, right? Dx plus, again you are writing for 4 to 6. So it was what? Minus kx plus 6k. Okay, and here you are having x. So dx. So here what you will do? Just you will integrate this, put the limits, and then you will get the value. So you will get the answer to be 3. Okay, the mean you will get here is 3. So this is how you can solve the questions. Just you will have to use the formula. Clear? From this you can calculate the variance also. Then you can calculate the standard deviation also. So when you are asked to calculate the variance, what you will do for this question? You are getting the mean, so subtract with the random variable x, and then you can do, and so on. The only thing is that you will have to remember these basic things. All right, so that's all in this video. Thank you so much. Have a good day.